Lovelies, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you will be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us. You guys are the real MVP. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into today's video.
I came across these prophetic revelations from this sister Celestial, which I just thought to share with you guys. Mind you guys, it is just a prophecy that she has been put it out there, and some of which has been happening, but this one actually got my attention and I decided to put it up here. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into it.
Here's the word of the Lord. America is going to have a shattering big earthquake at a 9 very soon. And that is what they're going to be dealing with when the other ones start to follow. I'm reading exactly as God was saying it to me. So every time you hear they, God is talking about the United States and the people in the United States. He's talking to me and he's telling me, Celestial, America is going to have a shattering big earthquake at a 9 very soon. And that's what the people of America are going to be dealing with when the other ones start to follow. The other ones refer to other earthquakes that are going to come after the 9. So America is going to be a land of shakiness, and God says a big 9 earthquake will come soon, and that's what they're going to be dealing with when the other ones start to follow. He says, soon I will rock this nation down to the foundation. The bricks and mortar that they build with will come tumbling down in an earthquake of a magnitude they have not had to deal with for 100 years. I will introduce the war years of America with a bang and a crescendo. They will go into this decade crying and pleading for relief to no avail. Floods, hurricanes, fires, tsunamis, landscape and topography falling down, mudslides, wind shear, wind chill, excessive heat, monsoon rains, earthquakes, and many more are coming. America, your war years are at hand. I will make war on you with the elements, even as you fight your war at home amongst yourselves. You who thought I was a God of error because I sent my servants to you and you dragged her on the ground. I will fight you for my name's sake, and you will be remembered as the nation that could not hear the Lord. You are about to enter your war years. And so, just a moment, please. And so Yah was just telling me, like I said, I was working on another prophecy, getting ready to handle that one. And then he just started to talk. And I thought, oh, maybe this is a piece that I can just add into this one, because it does start with earthquake. So let me add it in. But then it began to go on and on and on. And when I finished, then he said, you shall separate it from the older prophecy and you will do this one first. So a big earthquake is coming, and that is what part 2 also talks about. A big earthquake is coming. I'm not sure if they're the same earthquake or if it's 2 different earthquakes, because the other prophecy actually has a location for that one, but this one he didn't exactly say where this one, but he says that America's going to start off her entry into the existing decade. So we are in the middle of a decade right now. It's 2024. We're about to hit the middle of that decade, 2025. But he says that as we're penetrating into this decade, America's going to start to experience earthquakes, and she's going to have a big 9 earthquakes soon. When God says soon, some people will wait for 3 months and say, do you see how these lies from that channel just increase? But then I've been with God a long time, and I've been seeing that what I can see are birth pangs are definitely increasing, because some of these prophecies, Russia and China, I've had Russia and China prophecies since 2014. I've had those prophecies since 2014, and Russia wasn't doing a thing in 2014, 10 years ago, and now there's not a thing that Russia is not doing. So that one took time, but then since the time of publishing, since I started publishing those prophecies in 2019, it's been 4 years, 5 years, and then the time period between prophecies is getting shorter and shorter. But a big earthquake is coming, and God says that while America is dealing with the aftermath of that, understand, every nation is like a body. Every nation is like a body. When 9/11 happened, it didn't touch people in Oklahoma. It didn't touch a single person in Montana. Florida was far away, and nobody in Seattle actually got touched by 9/11. 9/11 was a New York City disaster. However, because New York City is the apple of the nation's eye, New York City is the most iconic location in America. New York City is the place that pulls in all the tourists, and everybody wants to come here and see the ball drop and do all the other weird and touristy things. So when that thing happened, every eye nationally and internationally was glued here, and America as a whole, it was as if somebody had punched just at the heart so hard as to cause arrhythmia, irregular beating of the heart, and the entire nation doubled over on that sore place. 9/11 changed everything that we know about life in the United States. Absolutely everything. And in the same way, when you have a very large natural disaster, a very big natural disaster that's going to challenge relief services, it's going to challenge financial resources, it's going to challenge human resources, who can get to that location in time, who can offer help depending on what's happened and things like that. The entire nation will be locked into looking at what happens wherever this happens. And then he says, while they're dealing with that, he's going to start sending other earthquakes to the point that America's going to be rocking on its foundation. And he said bricks and mortar that everybody has built with will come tumbling down in an earthquake of a magnitude that the United States hasn't seen in 100 years. So 100 years is a long time back. It's late now, and I'm not going to count back, but you that can take 100 away from wherever we are, then you know what year that is. And if you get a natural disaster of that magnitude that you haven't actually seen in 100 years, then of course the first thing is, for the news, it's going to be perfect for them, because they love to use this word historic. They like to always count up the years. First time in 50 years, it's been 100 years since we've seen something like this. So yes, in terms of headlines, but in terms of reality, this is going to be shattering and challenging wherever it will take place. And God says that America is about to have war years introduced with a bang and a crescendo. To fight, people start to show their concealed carry and their unconcealed carry, as if to say, don't mess with me because I need this resource. And the other person says, I may not have a gun, but I need it too. And so you're talking about tension. So when you hear drought, you're actually thinking of a whole grid, a whole set schedule of things underneath that one word, drought. That is how deep you need to ponder these prophecies. If you are hearing these prophecies and you have been here for more than 6 months and all you can do is fear, I submit to you that there's something wrong. There's something wrong with the way you practice Christianity. There's something wrong, definitely many things wrong with your perception of who God is. Because imagine if your father is in the midst of judgment, you know who he is, you know that he is a God of love, mercy, and all these things, but at that particular moment, he is extremely sober. He is extremely, yes, scary. Maybe in your lifetime, you've never heard this kind of prophecy before, because all you used to listen to is Kim Clement and Kat Kerr and whoever else was lying to you all this time. But now you're starting to hear what God really sounds like, and it's putting fear in your heart. And then you're forgetting that it's your job as a Christian to overcome that fear. I've always said that when you see me sitting here and I am poised, when I started out, there was no one to talk to about these prophecies. I did not get prophecy boot camp and get to go and say, hi, Pastor, I'm dreaming of these creatures breaking into the church and killing everyone. Oh, hey, Pastor, I'm dreaming of this and that. Oh, hey, Pastor, I dreamt that the money crashed. What do you think about that? There was absolutely nobody. I centered myself in Christ. When I received these prophetic words and the Lord began to activate my function, my calling, my office, the place that I went to was right back to the person who was showing me Nephilim. I didn't go to Nephilim boot camp. I didn't go to prophetic conference and have somebody tap on my head and I fell down. The growth you're looking at, you can actually witness it, document it in hundreds of videos, and it came from spending time with God. So if you're still shattered, if you're still falling down, if you're still trying to fight and say, no, this is a righteous nation, you're confused and you're doing the wrong thing. And you know what? You're wasting precious time. You are wasting precious time, because Milton is not the last prophecy. Ever since the Florida people told me, we've always had hurricanes, they said. I haven't seen a single one of them in the comments now telling me anything. Those days are gone. Water shortages are happening because of these hurricanes in those areas. Gas shortages. What else is happening? What else did the Holy Spirit say, for instance, in the 2021 prophecy that is called Natural Disasters, Trans Army, and the American Economy? God said that a lot of people were going to die and the news would absolutely refuse to cover it, but we would be able to get the truth from social media. There are reports of people's bodies hanging in the trees. There are reports of people's bodies starting to decompose because they've fallen into places that they can't be retrieved. For the first time in America, American mouths are confirming that they can smell the stench of what human flesh smells like when it has contacted the open air and sunshine for a few days. And this information is all over TikTok. I've got quite a few videos. It is just a question of time to sew them into a fulfillment video and put it on. I'm not seeing anyone from Florida coming and telling me that we've always had hurricanes, because you know what? Exactly what God said. He said that he would raise the water in Florida until it goes into people's mouths. And then he will wait and see if they will talk when there is water in their mouths. People are sitting in chest-high water, waiting for rescue all over that part of the country now. And there's no Wi-Fi, so there's no way to go online and come back and tell me, but we've always had this, and it's nothing new that you're saying.
Like, seriously, lovelies, like I said earlier on, I have just started, listening to some of her prophecy. I have just recently started, listening to most of the things that she said that is actually happening. Like, most of our prophecies are prophecies of 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, which people, ignore and call her all sort of names. Yeah, a lot of people even stitch her video and, tag her, beware of all of these witches and wizards calling themselves prophets and all of that. But who am I to judge? I am not here to judge anyone. I am just here to put up stitches that I think that it might be of help to each and every one of us. So I posted one of her videos, I think it's 2 days ago, one of her stitches 2 days ago, talking about these, hurricanes, Hurricane Milton, Hurricane here, and Helen, and all of that, which the prophecy was actually given last year, 2023. And people were like, in the comment section, people were like, oh my God, and now it's as if the prophecy has actually come to a fulfillment, which some is even on its way to get fulfilled. And another thing that got me attracted to her was the fact that she prophesied about a female president taking over, like, endorsement of a female president. That was the first thing that got me attracted to her. And that prophecy was a prophecy of 2019. She talked about how people will be confused at the end of the day, like how people will, have some negative thing about a sitting president, and this president becomes so overwhelmed and decide to endorse a female president. And for the very first time, this female president will build up, she said it. I didn't say it. She said this female president will end up becoming the president. And people want to fight it. People want to, there's going to be some kind of fight from every angle, but she might emerge. And now, that was a prophecy I stitched here that she prophesied 2019. And the thing is that, for my surprise, Biden decided to endorse Camilla, and all of the, people are getting confused. Exactly the same way she said it in such video. And I was like, wow. Who is this woman? I begin to, research more about her. I see the way at which some people are calling her rich, some people are calling her fake. But like, there are so many negative things about her. Why some people are still like, wow, if she is all of these things, why is it that some of the things that she say always come to pass? If not even 100%, sometimes 90 to 80%. So then I began to invest my time to actually know more about her, and I saw some other prophecy that have come to pass about some celebrities going down. Like, this woman actually prophesied about Diddy's case. She talked about Jay-Z and Rihanna and Beyonce. Like, guys, who is she? Who is she? And now I was just going through my For You page on TikTok. I came across this particular video. I was like, why not just put it up here? It's just for us to be informed, for us to know what is going on, so that we will not be overwhelmed. I am not praying that things like this should happen. No. Sometimes God shows us things in order for us to take precautions so that we can avoid such thing to take place. This is it. Anytime I have a dream, like personally, sorry, I want to go a little bit personal. Anytime I have a dream and it's such a bad one, I pray. When I pray, that dream does not happen. And even if it does, it's either the opposite. If it's going to be bad, it's going to be good. So, or it's going to be avoided. So I think that sometimes revelations, prophecy, and dreams are a way at which God, speaks to us in order for us to be aware of what might happen and how we can take precautions to either prevent it or manage it when it comes. So that is why I am not even bothered or scared or something. So if there are a lot and tons of her prophecies out there, which within me I was like, I don't know who she prays to, I don't know which she but I just think that there is something about her which no one can even explain. So guys, I brought this here for us to be so, aware of what is going on, for us to still be in that spiritual realm, for us to get closer to God, become more, more cautious of what we are doing and how we need to connect to the Almighty. Anyway, lovelies, leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So guys, if you have not subscribed to this channel up to this extent, I don't know what you're still waiting for. Do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like this video, and for those people that support me through channel support, like channel membership and all of that, thank you so much for all the love and support. All the super chatters, you guys are the real MVP. Those people that return to educate us in the comment section, share these videos, thank you so much for all the love, and so I really do appreciate you all. All right, lovelies, I will
Be a
see
girl
you
a
when I
huge favor to
upload
click
the
on the
next one.
subscription button, like this video, share, leave your thoughts, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.